What's up, guys? It is Carly here bringing you your Tuesday review on body bags, and today I'm going to be talking about a movie that is once again a film that I'm sure everyone has seen before and knows pretty well, but I just got to watch it again at a drive-in last night, so I figured I would come on and talk about it while it is fresh in my head once again, and that is A Nightmare on Elm Street, the original film here. Surprisingly, this one has not been done on the channel, but like all the sequels have, so I figured might as well go ahead and talk about it, just since I watched it with a double feature with Friday the 13th, and that was pretty cool. So yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street, this movie obviously is about a group of teenagers. There's 4 teenagers, and one day they just start having these nightmares, and they kind of realize that they're all having the same nightmares about the same dude who is like this burn-up guy, and he has these knives for fingers, and he's kind of going around trying to kill them in their dream, and it just seems very, very realistic. And then they soon, to their horror, find out that it actually is realistic, and this dude can actually kill them in their dreams. So the main character, Nancy, as well as her boyfriend, kind of try to set out to destroy this guy, figure out who he is, and take him down in their nightmares before he can get to them. So, you know, that's the basic story of A Nightmare on Elm Street. Once again, I'm sure everyone has seen this movie, but yeah, this is one that it's kind of weird. I didn't really grow up on this franchise at all, mainly because my mom kind of thought it was gross, and she didn't want me to watch it because she thought it would upset me. So it's one of those ones that I didn't grow up with, like Halloween or Friday the 13th, and I'm not overly into it for that reason. They're not movies that I really rewatch a whole lot. Part 1 I have seen multiple times at this point, and seeing it at the drive-in was actually the second time seeing it on a big screen. I did see it in the regular theaters, I believe, last year, so I've seen it quite a bit, and I know a lot of people really enjoy this movie, but for me, I am just not a huge fan of it. My main problem with it is just the actors in it. I just never felt like I really enjoyed them. I actually really like Tina, and she's the first one who gets killed off in this movie, but I've never been a big Nancy fan, and never really liked the relationship between her and Johnny Depp's character too much either. I just never really bought it, and I've always felt like the characters weren't, I don't know, I just felt like they're not as developed as I feel like with other horror movies, and that probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but that's just kind of how I feel personally on it. It's kind of hard to talk about this movie because I know a lot of people love it, and this is mainly just my kind of opinion on the actors, and they're not like major flaws, but for me it just never worked for me, and it kind of took me out of the movie. The movie does have really good effects in it. Some of them aren't as great now as they would have been back then, but then some of them really do hold up quite a bit, so I do like that about it. Freddy in this movie is obviously terrifying. He's just basically a demon in your dreams, and you don't really see him a whole lot in this first film. He doesn't have a huge amount of dialogue or just screen time, but I feel like it really works for that matter. I really like that he's kind of more of a mystery as opposed to the later sequels where he is more of this goofy sort of character, and he has more just character in general to him. This movie kind of makes him not really the main focus. Obviously, he is the main antagonist in the film, but you're more focused about what the heck is going on and who this Fred Krueger guy is to begin with, and I really like that about it because I think it makes him much creepier in that sense. But yeah, the story, it's obviously very original. I do like the originality behind it, and the ending I've never been a huge fan of, but yeah, this one, like I said, it's hard for me to talk about because I just really don't care for it too much. I do respect it for being original and having decent effects, and like I said, I think Freddy is a fantastic character, but I personally am just not a big fan. I've always ranked this one at a 7 out of 10, and that's probably where I'll always B, never really going up or going lower. So 7 out of 10 for A Nightmare on Elm Street. I do prefer some of the sequels, honestly, a little bit better than the first one, even though they do get kind of goofy, but that's just kind of me. I have more fun with them, but for this movie, I give it a 7 out of 10. So yeah, thank you guys once again for joining me for this Tuesday review on Body Bags, and as always, I will see you next week.